Welcome to Jewels Through History, where we uncover the stories behind the most iconic and mysterious jewels ever worn. In today's episode, we're stepping into the world of haute couture, aristocracy, and transformation to explore the story of Countess Jacqueline de Ribes and her breathtaking diamond tiara. Jacqueline de Ribes wasn't just a countess. She was a muse, a designer, and a symbol of understated nobility. Born in Paris on July 14, 1929, Jacqueline Bonin de la Boninière de Beaumont grew up in a noble French family. Her father, Count Jean de Beaumont, held a prominent role in the International Olympic Committee, but her childhood was far from sheltered. During World War II, her family was displaced by the German occupation, and their residence was even seized by the Gestapo before Allied forces liberated it. In 1948, she married Édouard de Ribes, a wealthy banker who would later become Count de Ribes. Their union produced two children and ushered her further into the elite world of international high society. With her elegance and sharp sense of style, Jacqueline would soon become one of the best-dressed women in the world. Now, let's talk about the star of today's story, the diamond and pearl tiara. This extraordinary headpiece features three fleur-de-lis motifs crafted in diamonds, each crowned with a delicate pear-shaped pearl. These sit on a foundation of intricate diamond Celtic knot designs, forming a tiara that is both regal and romantic. Though the exact jeweler remains unidentified, the craftsmanship suggests it may date to the Victorian era, bearing a resemblance to tiaras created for British royalty in the 1860s. Its earliest known owner was Wilhelmina, Lady Dalmeny, who later became the Duchess of Cleveland. She was a prominent figure in the late Victorian and Edwardian eras, remembered for her grace and charitable work. Upon her death in 1891, she passed the tiara to her daughter, who became the second Baroness Leconfield. The tiara remained in the Leconfield family for several decades, eventually worn by Lady Warrender, the sister of the third Baroness. Lady Warrender made public appearances wearing the piece during the 1930s, most notably at the Empire Ball in London in 1935, a grand event celebrating the Silver Jubilee of King George V. Her presence, adorned with this tiara, placed the jewel firmly in the spotlight of aristocratic society. Following the death of the sixth Baron Leconfield in 1972, the tiara was offered at auction. It was through this sale that the tiara left British hands and entered the world of French nobility, purchased by none other than Countess Jacqueline de Ribes. With each new custodian, the tiara reflected not only changing tastes, but also the shifting roles of women in society, from Victorian hostesses and Edwardian debutantes to modern-day muses and fashion designers. Each owner wore it differently. Each woman gave it new life. Fast forward to the 1970s, when the tiara resurfaced at a Christie's auction in London following the death of the sixth Baron Leconfield. It was around this time that Countess Jacqueline de Ribes acquired the piece. She first wore it in 1973 at a lavish ball held in honor of a European noble couple's wedding, an event where the tiara once again turned heads. But Jacqueline was no ordinary collector of fine jewels. She was an artist in her own right. She transformed the tiara to suit her modern taste in the following years. By the mid-1970s, she wore one of its elements as a brooch during an exhibit at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And later, she reimagined all three fleur-de-lis motifs into a large composite brooch. This updated version was spotted on her at several glamorous events, including soirees in Paris and New York. Countess de Ribes wasn't just known for wearing exquisite pieces. She was revered as a fashion authority. She worked closely with designers like Oleg Cassini and Valentino, and her style was so influential that she was listed among the world's best-dressed women in 1956. By 1962, she had earned a place in the International Best Dressed List's Hall of Fame. In 1983, she took her passion for fashion a step further by launching her own design house. Her creations were dramatic yet elegant: floor-length gowns with cascading silhouettes, structured jackets trimmed in velvet, and bold patterns balanced by restraint. These designs captured her personal aesthetic: graceful, timeless, and a little mysterious. The pinnacle of her fashion legacy came in 2015 when the Metropolitan Museum of Art hosted a special exhibition titled Jacqueline de Ribes, The Art of Style. The show highlighted decades of her influence and featured her personal garments, sketches, and photographs. Jacqueline de Ribes' diamond tiara tells a deeper story, not just of nobility, but of reinvention. She didn't keep it locked away or preserved in a museum setting. Instead, she allowed it to evolve with her. What was once a classic aristocratic tiara became an elegant brooch worn across decades and events, reflecting her creativity and refusal to be bound by tradition. As of today, the current whereabouts of this transformed tiara remains unknown. It may still be in private hands, quietly treasured, or awaiting its next chapter in a future auction. But one thing is certain. Its time with Countess de Ribes was a defining moment in its history. The story of Countess Jacqueline de Ribes and her diamond tiara is a journey through elegance, transformation, and artistic vision. She was a woman who respected tradition but wasn't afraid to reinterpret it. Her tiara is not just an ornament. It's a mirror reflecting who she was. If you enjoyed this story, please give us a like and hit that subscribe button. Let us know in the comments. What would you have done with the tiara? Kept it as is or redesigned it like the Countess? Thanks for watching Jewels Through History. Stay with us as we uncover more captivating stories of the world's most legendary jewels.